Welcome back everybody to part 2 of Tomb of Annihilation. If you have not yet listened to part 1, I highly recommend you going and doing that before returning here, as we are going to pick up exactly where we left off. The sun rises over the city of Port Nyanzaru. Our heroes emerge from their rest in the Thundering Lizard Inn. Bori the dwarf, Teffis the earth genasi, Ars the changeling, Bumble the goblin, and Revna the elf. They've been hired by the merchant Sindra Sylvain to put an end to the debilitating curse that prevents the raising of the dead. Their primary objective is to learn more about this death curse that is afflicting the land. However, information like that does not come free, so earning some money is the top priority at present. The previous day, they had scanned the notice board in the Red Bazaar for potential work. One of the notices that particularly stood out read the following: "Competitors wanted. Ever wanted to race on the back of a Triceratops? Of course you have! Dinosaur races take place every day in the port. Or do you think you have what it takes to fight in the Grand Colosseum? Battle one of Nyanzaru's famous gladiators or great beasts. If you survive, glory and fame is guaranteed. Go to the Fighters Guild to sign up today. What are you waiting for?" Proceeding on to the Fighters Guild building, which coincidentally is not far from the Red Bazaar, they are told that substantial money can be made by participating in the gladiator fights or in the dinosaur races. Bori, Revna, and Bumble sign up to participate in the Grand Colosseum, and the three of them, plus Teffis, sign up for a dinosaur race. Both events are to take place the following day. The next notice that stood out to them appealed more to their sense of altruism. "To anyone with a good and kind heart, I am at a loss for what to do. My husband has been sentenced to executioner's run for a crime that he did not commit. Please, anyone." Signed, Belim. The party travelled to the Old City to the southwest of Port Nyanzaru to investigate this executioner's run. The run itself is a deep 200-foot-long pit. A crowd of spectators surrounding it, it is used as a form of punishment, where prisoners can prove their innocence or capability of being set free. They are placed at one end of the pit and must make it to the other side and climb out. However, there is a catch. Hungry beasts will be placed inside the pit, too. It is also done for sport, and some Choltons have been made famous for their successes in the run. After searching around, they find the man from the note, Belim. Belim is distraught because his husband, Draza, is being held prisoner and is set to run Executioner's Run the next day. He has been accused of stealing jewellery from the jewel market in the merchants' quarter. Belim offers all of his savings if they can somehow help clear Draza's name. The group agree to help. Taking the time to talk to Draza, who is imprisoned in a cell nearby, he claims his innocence but is unable to provide any solid information that might help their case. Next, they speak with the bookie of Executioner's Run, one Kalahu. She says that the decision has already been made. Draza is running tomorrow. Not wanting to give up so simply, Revna offers to run in Draza's place, if it will buy them more time to investigate his innocence at the very least. Kalahu says that she'll consider it if they do something for her first. She wants them to collect a debt for her. A gladiator by the name of Taban owes her 500 gold pieces, and they can also take 10% of the cut if they are successful. Taban is not far away at all. In fact, he is at Executioner's Run this minute. Taban is a large, intimidating Cholton gladiator, but despite this, Teffis, wasting no time, marches up to the tawling figure and clobbers him across the face with a shield. The two of them get into a fist fight, from which, unsurprisingly, Taban emerges victorious. However, Bumble casts a spell on Taban to charm him, and he hands over the money without fuss. With the debt obtained, Kalahu allows Revna to run in place of Draza. With a bit of cash in their pocket, and the joy that comes with doing a good deed, the group spends some time browsing wares and purchasing items, armor, weapons, and traveling supplies, readying themselves for the inevitable trek into the jungle. They visit the Grand Souk, a beautiful, bustling bazaar, and the largest and grandest of the markets in all the city. Whilst there, they encounter a large fuss being made upon the passing through of one of the merchant princes, Keothi. She is a paragon of beauty, her specialist trade being food, drink, and perfume. She is accompanied by 2 beautiful Choltons as well, one male, one female. Keothi saunters through the crowd, directly up to Teffis. She sees potential in the young, handsome man and wishes for him to come and meet her at her villa at his earliest convenience. During this time, they also visit the Jewel Market nearby, a smaller, more exclusive offshoot of the Grand Souk. Inquiring into the recent robberies, they hear talk that Xanthi, the merchant prince of gems and jewels, passed judgment on Draza's arrest. The store owner gives a description of the thief that sounds eerily similar to Draza's appearance. They also give details on the location of Belim and Draza's house. Might be worth checking out. After this, whilst walking through the crowded streets, Ars spots some members of the Zhentarim organization watching them from a distance. The Zhentarim are a Farunian organization of sellswords and mercenaries. They are best approached with a suspicious eye. The Zhentarim don't stick around long, and the party decides to follow them, find out what they're really up to. They follow them to the southeast of the city, to Tariki Anchorage. This district east of the city is populated by animal traders, river folk, explorers who need inexpensive lodgings, and other rough-and-tumble sorts. The Zhentarim agent passes down an alleyway into a red-walled building. A symbol on the outside denotes that this is indeed the Zhentarim headquarters. Not wanting to cause a scene, they attempt to sneak inside. Bori, in his heavy and clunky armor, is told to wait with Bumble and Revna. Ars and Teffis, in the meantime, will sneak inside. Ars himself is no stranger to clandestine missions, and Teffis possesses magic that allows them to step silently. The others should try to cause a distraction, so that Ars and Teffis can find out as much as they can in a short amount of time. The two of them start scouting the halls of this headquarters, and find, seated in a bedchamber, a few young Zhentarim agents, who, upon meeting Ars and Teffis, invite them for a game of cards. Not wanting to waste any time, they decline, but they're able to blag their way into convincing these young recruits that they themselves are also here to join up with the Zents. Lacking wits and care, the young agents allow Ars and Teffis to pass on. Scouting out the rest of the building, they find some plans detailing a scheme to go into the jungle and search for a man named Artus Simba. The name rings a bell, but Ars can't quite put his finger on it. These notes also detail that a legion of frost giants have travelled to Cholt, also looking for this same man. Back down at the entrance, Bumble, Bori, and Revna entered with the intention of causing a distraction, but instead they find a business opportunity. They recall seeing an advertisement on the notice board. Difficult but well-paid work available for anyone travelling to Fort Bulgarian. For more information, look for the maroon building to the left when entering Tariki Anchorage. Once there, ask for Roka under his important business. This is not a trivial everyday job. Do not come asking unless experienced. Roka, the man from the note, informs them that a heist is being planned against the forces of the Flaming Fist here in Cholt. The Flaming Fist are a mercenary army that hails from Baldur's Gate. They have a strong foothold here in Cholt, and claim as much control over the land as they can. The Zhentarim naturally see the Flaming Fist as a rival company, and Roka has reason to believe, or has at least heard on the wind, that the commander of the Flaming Fist might be engaging in illicit activities. Fort Bulgarian lies a little outside of Port Nyanzaru, and is the Flaming Fist's headquarters in Chult. Roka needs capable bodies to create a lengthy distraction whilst he gets inside. The work is well paid, and the party agrees to it. Roka will be leaving for the mission tomorrow night. Thank you all so much for making it to the end of the video. Next time, prepare to see Teffis get in over his head after visiting Keothi's villa, and as for the others, well, they're in for quite the surprise during their gladiator fight at the Colosseum. Stay tuned for part 3 next week, because that is when shit really starts to hit the fan. Again, appreciate all the support, keep the likes, comments and subscriptions coming so that we can guarantee seeing this series through to the end. Another massive thank you to Theo for letting me use his music. You can find various albums, fantasy albums of his by searching Theo Bimpson on Spotify or visiting his site theobimpson.com, link down below. Thank you again, and see you all in the next part of our story.